So I'm walking and I'm hitting, a blunt, right? And I'm on the phone. I get sidetracked. I look back down. My blunt's out. I try to light it back up. My lighter's out. So I'm walking on this, road or whatever, like, and I see a dude, working on a motorcycle. And I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? You mind if I use your lighter? He looks me up and down, but he ends up saying yes. The white dude, tattoos all over, blonde hair. So I use the lighter, and he says, hey, bro, you mind let me hit that a few times? And I'm like, yeah, cool, bro. I usually don't be smoking just with any stranger, but I'm like, shoot, bro, seem cool. So he said, hey, bro, we can go back here in my backyard, and bro, we can chill. You seem like a cool dude, whatever. I'm like, yeah. So we go back there. He introduced me to his wife and his kids, whatever. And, basically we back there smoking. And he says, yeah, I've been working on bikes. And I haven't really been riding motorcycles because of an injury that happened, some years back. And I'm like, oh, dang, bro, what happened? He said, well, I tell some of my friends and my girlfriend, but they don't believe me. I don't know if I hallucinated or what. So I'm like, bro, what happened? So he said, I was riding in Minnesota doing, my same routine, riding my bike, speeding. But this day I was kind of drinking, I'm not gonna lie. And as I turned the corner, I smashed into a car. So all I remember is me laying on the ground, paramedics working on me, then me being inside of the paramedics, like in the ambulance van, and then I woke up in the hospital, tubes down my throat, IVs, everything. So he looks down and see like a red note, and it says, welcome. Basically it just says welcome on there. That's it. And he looks over and sees that the emergency button, so he's tapping it. No one shows up. So after a while, he hears a noise and someone screaming down the hall, like in pain, right? Two agents walk by his room, and then a few seconds later, the screaming stops. And then the agents walk by, and they got this briefcase in their hand. Now, as soon as he's thinking what was that, a nurse walks in and says, you shouldn't be up. And he's like, I woke up in this hospital, what's going on? And basically, she puts like a pillow over his face, and he passes out. Now he's waking up in a room where everything's black around. You can't see nothing around. You're just laying on this metal table, and he can't move, and it's just a light flashing on him. So a doctor comes over with a fake mask, like a human mask, and was putting it over his face and said, yes, this will look good on him. And so they start taking his arms off, and he starts screaming. And by that time, he wakes up, and now he's on the ground, and he hears the ambulance guy saying, wake up, wake up. Can you hear me? And he's putting the flashlight in his face, and now there's the actual ambulance is saying, get him up now. And, he passes out. He wakes up with all his family around him. And he, he was kind of in a coma for a few months after that. He kind of fell back into a coma because it was bad. So he ends up finally getting over that, and he ends up recovering or whatever. It took him some time, but he ended up getting over it or whatever. And he just never really rode bikes like that anymore. So a guy went on a bike ride, and he woke up in the creepy hospital, but then he woke up in a real hospital after that, and his family was there. Y'all, did he hallucinate or what? If y'all like these stories, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.